let's get our guest speaker up here. This young man hails in Dallas, Texas, and I always love to tell the story. He went to the restroom, and he's working from home. He's got two master degrees, not one but two. That means he's three times smarter than Al Thomas because I have no master degree. And he got up to use the restroom, and his boss, who's younger than him, doesn't that offend you? Your boss is younger than you. I mean, he got a little teed off. And he called him like, what, are you okay? Like, yeah, man, can I go to the little boys' room? By God, I'm a grown man. And at that point, Sam Foster, Mr. Thomas, I drew the line in the sand and said, from that day forward, I'm never, I got to get out of here. I got to make a prison break. And I'm going to sleep on my floor until then. And then one time he did the training for us on a Friday. He took down to the garage. He said, look at my car. It's on flats. I deliberately took the air out. That forces me to go take Uber. That forces me to get a ride from somebody. That forces me to go talk about the business. Lord have mercy. I was like, wow. So, ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, let's see what thus says the great Sam Foster. Let's give a warm welcome out of Dallas, Texas, to Sam Foster.
All right, thank you, guys. Once again, I am on location. I am got a long way to go, short time to get there, like I always say, guys. Thank you, Mr. Thomas, for your platform. Thank you, Mr. Clemens, as always. You guys are doing a phenomenal job, and we all appreciate you guys. I think I speak for pretty much everybody. We're going to go ahead and get started. If you're taking notes, the title of the message today, if you're taking notes, is Stand On It. That's right. That's right. If you're not driving, put that in your notes. Stand on it. Right? And what I'm going to do is I'm going to have Mr. Clemens, if you will, sir, if you got my notations, go ahead and play that first.
If you really want to be great at something, you have to truly care about it. If you want to be great in a particular area, you have to obsess over it. A lot of people say they want to be great, but they're not willing to make the sacrifices necessary to achieve greatness. They have other concerns, whether important or not, and they spread themselves out. That's totally fine. After all, greatness is not for everybody. What I'm saying is greatness isn't easy to achieve. It requires a lot of time, a lot of sacrifices. It requires a lot of tough choices. It requires your loved ones to sacrifice too, so you have to have an understanding circle of family and friends. People don't always understand just how much effort from how many people goes into one person chasing a dream to be great. There's a fine balance between obsessing about your craft and being there for your family. It's akin to walking a tightrope. Your legs are shaky and you're trying to find your center. Whenever you lean too far in one direction, you correct your course and end up overleaning in the other direction. So you correct by leaning the other way again. That's the dance. You can't achieve greatness by walking a straight line. Respect to those who do achieve greatness and respect to those who are chasing that elusive feeling.
All right. Thank you guys for that clip of observing that clip. That's of course Mr. Kobe Bryant himself, the Black Mamba. That gentleman is totally responsible for the emergence of the Los Angeles Lakers. He's literally the person that revived the Laker franchise, the brand, the whole nine. Tragically, of course, we lost him a few years back, him and his daughter. Tragic situation, but as you guys can tell, he's going to be living pretty much forever because his quotes and his sayings have been repeated time and time again since his demise. This has been repeated. Not only that, guys, but I wanted you to pay attention to a concept that he adapted by the voice of the word Black Mamba. It's a mentality that he adopted. And I'm going to share a little something with you because I think I may have touched on it last week, but they asked Kobe, just the mentality of it all. They asked Kobe, say, one of his teammates say, man, why are you such a jerk? And Kobe said, you really want to know? He said, yeah, I want to know. He said, and I'm paraphrasing a little bit, guys. He said, I watched these guys' behavior. He said, they come into practice 10 minutes early. And as soon as practice is over with, they leave. In other words, he said, I don't trust them. I don't trust them to take the last shot. He said, I don't trust them, when I'm on the court. He said, and that's why it looks like I'm always having the ball in my hand. He said, because when I make a shot or go for a shot, I've practiced that shot thousands of times. Thousands of times. In other words, I'm consistent with what I do. I've made it a lifestyle to be consistent. He said, I observe everybody else and they don't do it. In other words, he say, I'm producing after my own kind. In other words, people that are around you guys, especially if they're in ACN, they should be producing after ACN. Now, I say that for a reason, guys, because we're coming to the end of the year. And I know that some people have started to kick business up, and some people kind of like, it's the holidays, I'm gonna maybe be on cruise control. Warning, 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 no cruise control. Mash the gas, Mamba mentality, mash the gas. Why you say that, Sam? Because if you mash the gas now, you'd be surprised where your business will be at January 1. If you mash the gas right now, November the 17th, you'll be surprised where your business will be at January 1. It's going to be leaps and bounds. Why? Because if you mash the gas the next 30 plus, almost 40 days out, your business will explode. Why? I'll give you an example. I talked to a guy this week. Peaked the guy. Young man, 18 years old, just started a job. I was on site at a project, and another guy was in the room listening to us talk in the break room. The older guy had been on the job 28 years. I'm going somewhere with this, guys. Watch this. He had been on the job 28 years. This guy just come in the door 2 weeks. Now, he didn't do what the other guy did. He was more of an entry-level guy trying to get his foot wet, the young guy, but he was ambitious. So the guy heard he had been there 2 weeks. It was just conversation between me and him. So the guy was pretty much eavesdropping. So he said, he was telling me what he wanted to do and everything. And I said, man, that's great. So you guys know I'm peaking him at that point. You know, what do you want to do? I'm forming him. So he told me what he wanted to do. He wanted to, one day on his own business, blah, blah, blah. So ding, ding, aha. As soon as he said it, I knew where to take him, right? So I'm hearing the guy. So you gotta get comfortable with hearing the things around you and pay attention. So the other guy, in his heart, he felt like he had missed his opportunity because he started doing what we commonly call now, guys, pouring salt on the situation. He said, man, you may want to stay here. I've been here 28 years. And I'm thinking in my mind, let me go ahead and get his name and number. So I hurry up and got his name and number, and I told him something, guys, that I want you guys to pay attention to. And I told him in front of the other guy that had been on the job 28 years. I said, you never, hear me out, guys, on the gallery. I said, you never want to get caught trading time for dollars and let somebody give you a tip called a paycheck. I said, you never. I stood on it, guys. I stood on it. I said, you never in your life want to get caught trading time for dollars and letting another person give you a tip called a paycheck. When I said that, he looked up at me. The old man looked at me like he had seen a ghost. And he said, I said, no. I said, no. I said, young man, I want you to pay attention to something. I said, that man just told you he's been at this job for 28 years, right? I said, no disrespect. I said, but do you realize he trades time for dollars? And he's been doing so the last 28 years? Stuck him, guys. Didn't mean to stick him, but I had to stick him. Why? I had to stand on it. See, guys, we're in ACN. We got the goods. We got to stand on this thing. Because if you had a job and you know people been there for a while and they're not where they should be at in life, you got to stand on it. You got to let these people know, matter of fact, I got the antidote. I got something you need to look at. And so without getting into all this politics and stuff like that, I said, let me get your name and number. because I knew it wasn't going to end well because the guy that was 28 years old looked at me like he wanted to assassinate me or something. And I get it because, you know, we're in Texas. So I'm known for being the J.R. Ewing of this outfit. I'll let you know that right now. I'm the J.R. Ewing of this outfit now. I got plenty of people that look like they want to assassinate me. I got it. But the more that people look like they want to assassinate me, guys, the more I know I got the real deal when it comes to ACN. No. Hold on, Deborah R. I got the real deal. Bob Meyer, we got the real deal in ACN. And I know we got the real deal, David Enlow, James Clark. I know we got the real deal because as soon as I told him to not trade time for dollars and get a tip called a paycheck, the guy that's been working there 28 years saw himself in that young man and realized that that ship had sailed on him. Mr. Thomas, you're going to have to call security. You're going to have to call security. He recognized he saw himself 28 years ago coming in the door and did not have an ACN. But guys, we've been up 30 years. See, you got to emphasize that because if he'd have caught us 28 years ago, that guy that been at that job 28 years probably be an SVP. Let me get out of that. He'd probably be an SVP by now. Look at how many opportunities he would have passed. And watch this. If he'd have met me and I'd have been in his age, in his stage in life, I'd have been peaking him, guys. But watch this. I peaked him. He got so mad at me. Now, I'm going to let you guys in on something now because I wasn't going to say this. He got so mad at me. When the guy walked out, he said to me, he said, why didn't you give me your number? Guess what I told him, guys? I'm so good at peeking, no disrespect to nobody. I said, sir, because he got mad at me. He thought I was going to shrink up and be like, well, I thought, no. I told him, I stood on it, guys. I said, I did give you my information. Sir, I gave you my card. That's got my name on it. Watch this. My phone number, my email, my website, all of my relevant information, sir. Watch this. I stood on it so strong, guys. I stood on it so strong, he got embarrassed. He said, I said, sir, do you remember that? See, I stood on it. I said, you remember I gave you all of my information. Now the ball, Mr. Thomas, is in his court. Now, what if you didn't have no backbone and posture and you saw this man at your job in the break room and you never gave him anything? Now he has a right to look at you and say something funny. But see, if you just go ahead and be consistent with these people at your job, you get an opportunity to stand on all this we do, a 30-year track record. Do you realize we took over 3 companies in a pandemic? Took them over. 3 companies. That's a fact, guys. So when people are saying, why do you think that? No. You never say, I didn't give you any information. I gave it all to you. I'm not responsible for what you do, but I am responsible for the initiation of the information all day long. I am responsible for that. 100%. Now I'm going to show you what really happened, guys. He's so convicted now. Let me show you how this is going to turn around in your favor if you do this, right? He's so convicted now. When I go back to that site, he's going to have to look at me in my face if he don't call me the next couple of days, because I know he will. Because I said a couple of things to him to jog his mind. You get what I'm saying? I don't want to embarrass nobody, but I had to say a couple of things to him. Watch this. Because if 28 years got you still trading time for dollars, you need to see me anyway. You need to see me anyway. Dave Culver, you need to see, I told you need to see me anyway. If after 28 years, you're not where you want to be at in this company, and guess what they tell me, guys? When I talk to the guys that got the longevity in these big Fortune 500 companies, they'll say this to me. They were hating on me. But guess what I say, Mr. Thomas? For 20 plus years, they've been hating on you. I told him last night when he said that, I said, you do realize most of the people that you claim was hating on you 20 some years ago, they either retired or dead. They're either retired or dead. So how can they hate on you for that long? Stand on it, guys. We got 30 years of a track record. If you say we're phony, you're lying. You carry them to your back office and hit the shop now tab, and they'll see all of the services that they're doing. We already do. Remember, guys, they're retail, we're wholesale. We can stand on it. I want you guys to realize something. Let me turn this light back on. It's motion detected. I'm sorry. We can stand on it. Think about it for a second. We can stand on all this information. So when people tell you it's a scam and this, that, and the other, I got you covered on that. Tell them to check your information out. Don't be long. Don't drag your feet. Send them the 8-minute video. Tell them to hit you right back. And tell them we did it 8 minutes for a reason. Because we wanted to be short and precise. We chiseled the fat off this thing. I need your opinion so you can tell me how big of a scam we really are. And by the way, pay attention to the products and services, because when you call me back and tell me how big of a scam we are, you got to say you got scammed first, because most of the stuff you finna tell me you got already. Watch this part, guys. That's the problem that we got in ACN. We scared to combat a situation we don't even have to fight for. We're scared to combat people that you got my stuff already. I don't have to fight this. All I have to do is be responsible for giving it to you, and you be responsible for looking at it. And you're not blind. You do see what you have. We already got. You're not blind. I just need to know what you want to do. Do you want to make the money, save the money, or do both? And if you don't want to do anything, refer me. Mr. Thomas, they don't want to hear that word. Refer me. We don't have to argue about it. We don't have to fight about it. I just want to stand on what's right. I want to stand on it. Call me back. I want to see how big of a scam we are. Call me back. 30 years. We've been scamming 30 years. Call me back. Give me a call. 30 years. See, nobody want to do that no more. They don't want to do that no more. They don't want to stand on it. 30 years. Now, guys, Mr. Clemens going to play this second video. Let's roll it, Mr. Clemens.
What inspired you to go to college?
Oh, I've never been to college. I'm a Chubb Fellow of Yale University. I earned by my works, not by going to school. I lecture in universities, and I'm a distinguished professor at 4 now in this country. I did not have any formal education beyond high school. I teach college students. I teach master's students and even doctoral students. And I speak 6 languages.
Okay, guys, just in case you hadn't figured out who that young lady was, this is Maya Angelou. Very well respected poet laureate in the literature scale of education, Dr. Maya Angelou. And I played that for a reason, guys. Most people think she has a doctorate degree. Most people think she has several. She's never been to a college of education formally in her life, but she teaches doctoral students. Remember now, she said, basically what she's saying is, I got it through the experience of life. I never got all this stuff through academia. You get what I'm saying? Now, Mr. Thomas can attest to this. Mr. Thomas tells us all the time, I barely graduated high school. Think about it. Most people you know that are successful got little to no education. In other words, guys, they got it through a thing called experience in life. I played the video so you guys can realize how adaptable you can be, whether you went to school or not. ACN is not predicated on you going to school. ACN is predicated on what you are willing to learn from other people that have went before you. Let me say that again. ACN is predicated off of what you're willing to learn through other people that have went before you. Now, I know this going to shock some of y'all, because I know some of y'all don't necessarily go back and play these YouTube videos and stuff like that on the channel. But you know, our illustrious co-founder, Mr. Greg Stavinovsky, if I'm not mistaken now, on the video that he did before we went to the international, when Mr. Thomas had him on the call, he said, I didn't graduate college. He said, I got about 1.5 years of college and I ran out of money. I'm gonna stand on it, Mr. Thomas. Go back and play the video. He said, I got 1.5 years of college and I dropped out because I ran out of money. He not running out of money now. Oh, I'm gonna let that sit. He said, I got 1.5 years of college for all you scholars out there. He said, I ran out of money. I don't think he's running out of money right now. Sensational. I don't think he's running out of money right now. So for all you scholars on the call who think you got to be highly educated and astute with your pinky out, chill that noise. Brother say he got 1.5 years. That's all he got. And he's a co-founder of a company that has withstood 30 years and count. And he said he ain't got no plans of retiring, even though he can. He said, because he get up for it every day. In other words, guys, he's standing on it. He's standing on it, guys. He's standing on it. Amanda, he's standing on it. He's a senior vice president, a co-founder, a co-founder of a 30-year company, got 1.5 years of college experience and say he ran out of money. So what does that say for the people that's on the call that's got all this education and trade time for dollars and let somebody tip them with a paycheck? In other words, guys, we're in the right direction. We're in the right direction. Think about it. We're in the right direction. Now, with that said, guys, I'm going to let this last video play. And I'm going to let you guys go because you know I'm jacked up sideways and I got to go out here and make this happen. Mr. Clemens, roll it for me, sir.
If the lion is the king of the jungle, how can he be the king of the jungle? If he's not the biggest, the elephant is probably one of the biggest. He can't be the fastest because that's a cheetah. He can't be the smartest. So he's not the biggest, the fastest, or the smartest. So how does a lion become the king of the jungle? His mentality. That's the only difference of a lion and an elephant. When a lion walks up and sees an elephant, he thinks lunch. An elephant thinks run. And it's all mentality. Because when a male lion walks up, he may be outnumbered by a pack of hyenas, but I'm king of my jungle because of my mentality.
Wow. With that said, ladies and gentlemen, all I got to say to end this call is, from now until 2024, I'm thinking lunch. Who hungry with me? Thank you, sir.